It's Oh, dude, I am so excited to share this news because the news for anime as of recently has been so incredibly dry. Jujutsu Kaisen's ending, which sucks, and My Hero ended. Don't care. But this is some awesome news, and I have to share this with you. It is absolutely fantastic. As you know, Cyberpunk made an awesome anime that really boosted its game. It was called Cyberpunk Edgerunners, and it was beautiful, and it was amazing, and we got absolutely sand devastated. I'll never be the same. As you know, it was a beautiful show, and it's by far one of my favorite animes. And recently, CD Projekt Red, the people who kind of orchestrate Cyberpunk, have talked about doing more animation in the future, which is so incredibly exciting, and it just recently got confirmed, which is absolutely amazing. As you can see, CD Projekt wants to do more Cyberpunk animation projects in the future. Now, as you know, CD Projekt Red is the studio that made Cyberpunk. When they first made the game, it flopped. It wasn't nearly as good as what it was supposed to be after all the years of development, and it had a really rough start. And that's okay, some games have that. There's a lot of games that have rough starts and they get really good. One example would be like No Man's Sky or Battlefront 2, two games that turned into absolute beautiful masterpieces after they put the time and effort, which should have been there from the beginning. Cyberpunk was no different. Lots of bugs. Not the greatest in the beginning, but it redeemed itself, and when they released Cyberpunk Edgerunners, the game blew up because the show was absolutely fantastic. Now, I actually want to read what was confirmed kind of by the CEO of CD Projekt Red. As it states here, as spotted by IGN during the company's latest earning call, on August 28th, CEO Michael Nowakowski responded that CD Projekt is definitely planning to do more in terms of animation for Cyberpunk. Now, this is where it kind of gets a little bit upsetting, but we have to understand this. Michael was asked if there would be a season 2 of Edgerunners, but as stated before, it was stated that Edgerunners was always going to be a season 1 only show. There was not going to be a second season, and they never had plans for a second season. This confirmation just confirms that there is going to be more projects for Cyberpunk. That doesn't mean that there's going to be a second season for Cyberpunk. And as it really says here, the budget on the company's previous instances that the show would remain a one-season affair. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. In reality, as much as we might all love Edgerunners, I don't think we really want to see a season 2. The show was made in a way that was meant to be short and sweet. It's an absolute masterpiece, and it's beautiful. And sure, you know, we were all sand devastated because of the ending. There's almost a little bit of a beauty to it being short and also kind of sad at the same time. There's really nowhere to go from what happened towards the end of season 1. There's nowhere to really go, and I don't think we really want to see something that was so beautiful and so amazing. And I talked about this in my previous video. We don't want to stretch our favorite series or our favorite shows or our favorite characters so long that eventually we fall out of love with them. We want to keep it short and sweet, or at least just short enough to where we always remember Cyberpunk the Edgerunners anime to be an amazing show that was good through and through. And I think that they probably feel the same way. I highly doubt a season 2 will ever happen, but that's not to say that maybe they do some sort of side projects that maybe bring in some of the characters from Edgerunners, maybe involve some of the same story. I feel like that's very much plausible. I don't think they're just gonna skip to a whole new universe and just skip all of the lore they created in Edgerunners. I think there might be some crossovers in whatever future project it is. Now, we have no idea when they plan on actually releasing any of this information regarding a new season of a Cyberpunk anime or a new series just in general. I would say, though, it seems to be at an interesting time considering that the Cyberpunk game 2077 no longer is receiving updates. It had its last update like I think almost a year ago at this point. It's a little less than that, but they had their last big update update. It added a bunch of stuff. It like reset the skill tree. It added a bunch of missions. It had a whole new way to end the game. And the game's a masterpiece. It's beautiful. And it ended off on a very sweet note. And I don't see them, I don't know, releasing maybe an animation right now would maybe be a possible waste. I feel like the next time that they want to release probably some sort of animation is if they're trying to hype up maybe another game or a product. I could be wrong, but to be fair, that's essentially what Cyberpunk Edgerunners was kind of made for. It kind of was to promote a game that did really bad. It didn't do good. And they had to build hype around the game so people would come back and play it when they eventually fixed all the issues. And they did a really great job. Ever since then, I'm not saying Cyberpunk was the first to do it, but a lot of other games have followed suit. I don't know how many people have made movies and shows based on games. There was like Halo, which the series did fine. There's The Last of Us. That show did relatively fine. There's Borderlands. Well, anyways, there's a lot of game series that are making movies and shows based on their game series, and I think that's awesome. It brings hype and people back into the actual game. I'm all for it, because when I watched the show Edgerunners, I wanted to play Cyberpunk. It's partly what got me into the game, and it's really effective. What do you guys think? Do you think there's going to be a second season of Edgerunners? I highly doubt it, but there's always a possibility. I'm really excited to see where this could possibly go, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Have a good day. Now you did it.